Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. On Tuesday, William Ruto met ODM rebels at State House, Nairobi. And now new details are emerging on what was discussed during that State House meeting. NTV, or rather Nation, has captured a very interesting story inside President Ruto's meeting with Nyanza ODM MPs. President William Ruto's extensive tour of Luo Nyanza dominated the conversation when he hosted some Orange Democratic Movement ODM MPs at State House, Nairobi on Tuesday afternoon. The head of state is expected to be in Saba South and Karachuonyo constituencies on July 23rd and later in Mr. Odinga's backyard of Game and Bondo on July 24. He will be hosted by Mr. Omondi in Suba and later proceed to Oriwo Boys High School to grace the Thanksgiving ceremony of Interior PS Omolo. Dr. Omolo's event was scheduled for July 15 but has been rescheduled to July 23rd according to Omondi. Yes. So next week, William Ruto will be touring Homa Bay and Siaya counties. And if you go through that story, it's almost certain and very clear that that tour is not a developmental tour, but a political tour. Ruto and the ODM rebels are clearly playing politics here. In this video, I want us to dig deep into this and what Azimio should actually do and should do urgently. If you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Yes. So next week, Ruto will be in Homa Bay and Siaya counties. And those two visits, from where I said there is nothing to do with the development in those visits, as much as the visits are being dubbed development visits or other tours, it's clear Ruto and the ODM rebels are playing politics. So it behooves Raila and his team to also play politics. Let me say this. Just weeks after William Ruto was sworn in as the president, he went to Homa Bay County. And the local Azimio leadership at that time gave that meeting a wide berth. And in one way or the other, Azimio's leadership giving that meeting a wide berth killed the impact of that Ruto's visit. And then after that, William Ruto went back to Homa Bay and Siaya counties, but this time around, Azimio's local leadership, attended those meetings where they used the occasion to remind William Ruto and his team that Nyanza was solidly behind Raila Odinga and behind Azimio, and that Nyanza residents are taxpayers are entitled to government developments and services. As I talk, Azimio has those two options because it's very clear Ruto is going there purely for politics. If Raila Odinga and the Azimio team chooses to mobilize their leaders to give that meeting a wide berth, That will also send a warning to the ground that Ruto is an unwelcomed guest. And from where I sit, looking at what happened in Parliament just recently, Ruto will find it very hard in those two areas. Already the ground is against him as an individual and against the ODM rebels who are being seen as sellouts. So if the Azimio leadership can mobilize their leaders to give that meeting a wide berth, the message will reach the ground that Ruto is an unwelcomed guest. And from where I sit, the impact of that visit will not be what William Ruto and his team are expecting. They'll find most definitely a very hostile ground or a very cold reception. That's one thing Azimio should do. And then the second option, Azimio can also mobilize all their elected leaders in those areas to attend that meeting. And if they do that, then it's obvious that the attendees, a majority, if not 90%, will be pro-Azimio. So as William Ruto and his team will be trying to undermine Raila Odinga in those two counties, the ground will actually put them into order. That's another strategy Azimio can use to outshine William Ruto in those two visits. Having said all that, the last time William Ruto was in Homa Bay and in Siaya counties, he gave some promises and some pledges, which as of now have not been fulfilled. So I fail to understand why instead of fulfilling the promises William Ruto gave, he is going back again to give new promises. And the same government made it very clear that they will not be launching new projects. They'll first of all be completing the already started projects. So the visit by William Ruto to those two counties, in my honest opinion, is just wastage of time. Ruto should first fulfill on the promises he made when he was in those two counties months ago. If he can fulfill on those promises, in fact, if you look at the kind of projects he's saying he's going to launch there, most of those projects are the same projects he promised when he was there. So I'm seeing a William Ruto who is still just taking advantage of the political ignorance of a majority of Kenyans. And this time around, it might backfire on William Ruto because people of Nyanza are actually well informed about what is happening. Ruto is very fond of going to the mountain and some parts of Rift Valley, cheating the masses there. But trying this in Nyanza might actually augur very negatively for him. That's exactly what I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. And even before I conclude, it's high time the Azimio Brigade should make the ground very hostile to the ODM rebels. They should not be given that time to actually make inroads in their respective areas. Because if in the event they are given that free will to be making inroads, then as much as the popular will of the people are against them, they can confuse some few individuals. So from the start, the ground should be very hostile to them. And even before they make those visits, Raila Odinga, in my honest opinion, and his team should tour those areas. Let them explain to the people before William Ruto and his team lands there. Let him explain to the people exactly what is happening here and on how the Finance Bill 2023 has impacted negatively on them as ordinary citizens. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, just as I did indicate when we were starting, subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humbled, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Any other person who may want to support our forum, I've pinned my number down below and also in the comment section. Contact me through the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.